Yo, check this out.
This out.
Previously heard. Good Hope FM. Let's go.
Your favorite influencers and content creators.
This is Like, Follow, Subscribe
On the Pulse. with
That's
Celest
right.
Anthony.
We chat to your favorite content creators and influencers as we see them on social media, on TikTok, on Instagram, whatever form of social media that may be. And tonight, I'm very lucky. I'm sitting across a lady that, listen to this, has 677,000 followers on TikTok alone, not to mention any other form of social media. That's a whole lot of people watching what she does every single day. Afrolecia, welcome to Good Hope FM.
Thank you so much, Celeste. Very happy to be here.
You're not a stranger to us at all.
No, I'm a best friend of Good Hope already.
She's a best friend. She has sat in the seat numerous times, and you've really been doing it well. If you don't know who she is, she creates content surrounding especially hair, and especially so natural hair. And I feel like since I've last seen you, so much has happened in your life, and we'll catch up, bits and bobs of it all. Very happy to have you. Start us off first by talking to us about how you decided to kickstart this journey in the world of natural hair.
It was really, I wanted to start content. That was my thing. I was watching other creators, and I found something that I was really interested in, that I knew that I could do this forever and I'll be okay with it. And that is how I was kind of also just trying to figure it out. And that just took me on the journey. I saw other people were interested, and that kept me going.
I must ask you, which came first? Not the chicken or the egg, but which came first? The love for hair or the fact that you want to do content?
Content came first.
Really? And the love for hair came second?
About a year after I started content, I did the big chop. So yes, content came first.
So really, if you were there for the big chop, you were there from day one.
Yeah.
What are some of the biggest challenges you faced when initially starting on this journey? Because I think when I look at your platform and I see how amazing you're doing, and I say numbers like 676,000, it's easy to think you were just like successful overnight. But of course, there's challenges in these things. And what did that look like for you?
I've actually been creating content for 10 years. So I've been trying to be a creator for 10 years. It actually only started kicking off for the past year. So TikTok was really a big part of it. It's where Instagram and YouTube was at the beginning when I started. TikTok is a bit more comfortable, and I felt like I needed that avenue. I wasn't as picture perfect and everything the way everyone else was. I was a little bit different, and TikTok then just kicked it off. And everything else, it was like a snowball effect on my other social medias now.
Absolutely love it. I like to refer to you sometimes in conversation as a hairfluencer. Have you?
Yes,
Is that all right?
exactly.
So, Afrolecia, I want to talk to you about this, and I did text you about this even. Recently on social media, we've seen some videos surface from way back whenever it was, about a hairstylist, a male white hairstylist, doing colored people's hair.
Yes.
Right? And then using language that I think in present day South Africa specifically is not what we use anymore. Words like krus and maybe mince. And so I want to talk to you about natural hair and the journey that natural hair has taken. And how is it, because I understand it within our demographic, but how is it now sitting with other races?
I actually think like when it comes to us, the word even krus, I feel like it's something that we decided to own, especially us with natural hair. It's not something that people can use against us, except if they're like saying it in a derogatory term.
Yeah.
But I don't feel like that's how we said it. So, yeah.
Do you feel like because the video was taken out of context and now placed in our current time, so people are angry because it's in current time, but that's not what it was intended to do at the time?
Yes, I think back in the day, even when I listened to exactly what he says, besides when I watched the video, he's explaining how to blow dry someone's hair with colored hair. And he actually does a great job of actually explaining it.
Yeah.
You listen to it without getting offended. And I feel like back in the day, that's just how they spoke about frizzy hair.
Yeah.
I was even thinking, what is the Afrikaans word for frizzy? I couldn't come to it. I just know, of course, hair. But yeah, so I took it a bit different of the way all the comments was. I didn't feel like he meant it in a bad way. That's
And it's
just how it
interesting,
sounded.
yeah. It's interesting to have your perspective because this is kind of your industry. And so
Yeah.
it's interesting because us as the lay people, we were angry. We were immediately we wanted to attack him. And to be honest with you, I still have like a real difficult time. I prefer going to a colored hairdresser. I know they'll get into my roots. And sometimes I'm not entirely comfortable going to someone of a different race because I'm not sure that they'll know my hair. Do you find that that's a common thing to happen?
Yes. Oh my word, that was one of the reasons I went natural, because I couldn't find. I would pay a lot even to go to expensive hairdressers, and they would not get my hair right. So that's why I was actually shocked that it was a white man speaking like this. And the words he was saying, it made sense. I would actually trust him with my hair.
Really?
Yes.
I hope so many of you that were angry are listening right now. Afrolecia, tell me, what do you think the role of, because especially you're in the world of social media, obviously, what role do you think social media is playing in shaping the conversation around natural hair?
Yes, I think we're opening it up a lot more and kind of educating a lot of stigmas. I even see like some of the comments I get on my videos. I feel like, wow, you guys are so backwards. Like my videos I'll be doing here and they say, wow, look here, curly hair can actually look sophisticated. I was like, when did we think it can't?
But that is why this role that you've undertaken is so important, that you might not think that it is, but that is exactly what you're doing. You're showing up and showing us that it can. Because I look at people with natural hair all the time, I'm like, yeah, I wish I could do that. Ew, it looks so nice on her. But it seems like a lot of maintenance, and I don't even think that I'm equipped to do it.
Yes, yeah, I feel like in that way I help a lot of people, just showing them like try this. I give them so many things to try. Something must stick, something must work.
What do you think how do you think the perception has changed if I look 20 years ago to today, where we are in mainstream society when it comes to talking about natural hair? Because let me tell you, we have natural hair festivals, we have natural hair expos. 20 years ago, this was not a conversation.
Yes, I think it's all because of us, the way we speak about it, the way we put it out there. It's literally becoming part of the conversation, and that was all we needed all the years. There wasn't enough representation back then, and now I feel like we're coming to the forefront and it's changing everything.
Love it. And we got to say thank you to people like you and I think you guys are pioneers within your fields, especially you, and I think you might not know that, might not look like it, but I think 50 years from now when we go, where did this natural hair journey or revolution almost start, we'll say names like Afrolecia. So congratulations for that. Before we take a little break, I want to ask you, do you think there's misconceptions around people with natural hair? Because I mean, you just mentioned one, which was stand out for me, that it doesn't appear professional.
Yes, I think there's a lot of, professional and not washing their hair often. There's so much, but
surely it's easier to wash your hair when it's natural.
It takes a bit longer. It's like a day process.
A day process. Talk to me about that day process, because if you were to do your hair,
it lasts all week.
Oh yeah, that's fantastic.
Perfect curls all week. To
And
just take a little bit more time to
talk
do
to
your
me
hair.
real quick about how a wash day looks like for you.
I'll wash my hair, condition it. That will take me about 30 minutes. And then I'll decide if I'm doing a twist out or something, which will take me probably about an hour. And then drying time will take, depending on if you're drying it with a hairdryer or if you're air drying it, could take like 2 hours let's say an hour with a hairdryer. And yeah, then you have perfect curls. Hopefully,
And then,
your nighttime routine has to be in check also.
gosh, and then how would you sleep? Would you sleep in a bonnet?
Yes, in a bonnet.
There you go.
Definitely.
Insane. I would love to go natural. I'm scared though to do a big chop, I'll tell you that. Is that the only way? If your hair is over processed?
You can grow it out and cut as you go, but all that hair has to go.
Oh my, she literally just pointed at my hands and all that hair has to go. I want to ask you, Afrolecia, talk to us about if you have any advice to give to individuals, especially out there, that's not fully embracing their natural hair just yet.
I would say it's not even just about hair. It really makes you accept almost everything. It's like in your most purest form, I would say. So I would really say try it out. You really can't go wrong. The hair that was supposed to come out of your head, it's going to come out. You're going to see it fits perfectly. You'll love it.
Because that's what you were supposed to have to begin with, right? Right? The ones that were coming out of your hair, that's the ones you were born with.
Yes.
I want to
Just
speak to
take
you.
care of it. Learn it.
Yeah, research it.
Yes.
Jump on board. Get onto YouTube. Get onto social media. Learn from the best. We were just talking off air about. I come from a generation, the 90s, from a generation where our parents didn't know how to do our hair, or at least my mom didn't. She couldn't blow dry. I always say I'm not born with a colored gene. You know, the colored girl gene where I can't blow dry hair, and that's I think my main problem. And so my mother was the same, right? And she couldn't roll in hair and stuff like that. So she would take me to a hairdresser, but to avoid taking me to a hairdresser every week, they would relax my hair. And I think the generation we're in now really strays away from relaxing kids' hair. What do you think about relaxer and the way that relaxer, I believe, has become, or Brazilian and Zetox and Botox and all the toxins have become the modern day version, at least to me, of relaxer?
Yes, that's actually, I come from that. I was someone that would get Brazilians like 4 times a year to keep my hair straight as possible. And in the end, guys, like after years of doing it, it all just causes damage.
Really? Because we don't know what's in there even.
At all, your hair is going to start breaking off. But in a few years' time, and you also don't take that amount of care because it's a quick fix for you.
It is a quick fix.
So literally taking care of your natural hair, it's something that it's forever there. It just keeps on getting better. With those chemical type of straighteners, it's great at the beginning and it just deteriorates. With natural hair, it just keeps on getting better.
That's an absolutely scary reality, eh? I want to ask you this. I've got a friend, and she had a daughter, and they say babies' hair change after a while, right? And so initially, a baby had very, very soft hair, right? And then by 2 years old, we could see that the strain is changing, and like by 3 years old, we were in trouble because now it was too long in its afro form. It didn't look natural anymore. We couldn't brush it out, and then we were like on this journey to find someone that can manage this hair because this girl has a tantrum every time they do their hair. And then at some point she was like, Celeste, if we don't find someone in the next month, I'm cutting off all her hair or I'm getting it blow dried. And I think that's the problem because we don't know where to go, especially if we have young babies, and then we end up relaxing, we end up cutting it off, we end up blow drying it. So where do we find the resources for natural hair? Because I know there are hairdressers for kids, and I'm not sure that they could manage.
Yeah, I actually have a lot of fathers that watch me because of their kids that they try to figure out the hair. So one thing I would definitely say is use the correct products. You have to be educated, so follow creators that have hair similar to the ones that you are trying to tackle. And then also tools. Different types of brushes would do different types of things.
Okay.
Especially for kids, there's specific type of detanglers that just make it a lot easier. So I think going to research about that, a lot of slip, take a lot of time, have patience.
Yeah, the patience. It's
hopefully
like
you'll get through it.
straight. We were like 4 people when we have to do hair because someone needs to hold it down. Someone needs to this. So it's hectic. I think we all have, like, as colored women, we have like hair trauma of being children. Oh my gosh, it's been so hectic. Listen, I also want to talk to you about you personally have a hair care line.
Yes.
When we last spoke, it was just kind of kicking off, and I think you've grown exponentially since the last time we've chatted. Tell us what it's called.
Afrolecia hair care.
Afrolecia hair care. How's it been going?
Yes, it's been going great. We just restocked for our sale that's coming now in May. So stay tuned for that because we'll be posting about our sale that we'll be having. It's really great. And yeah, so the products is literally just an add-on from my content. So if you love my content, you'll love my products. It's like merch.
Tell us quickly, what products are we looking at? Shampoo, what
Shampoo,
products?
it's all natural ingredients. It's shampoo, conditioner, leave-in conditioner, curly hair gel, and hair growth oil.
Fantastic. What was the inspiration behind that? Because I often find people that create things, it's because they couldn't find it in the store, and so they made it.
No, mine was actually different. I started creating it because I got a lot of interest from my audience.
Okay.
And they were the ones that maybe I can do this. And then it came to life. That's all because of my audience, I would say.
Fantastic. She is a trendsetter in the world of hair. I remember this was, I don't know when you launched your hair care brand. What year was that?
It was last year.
It was last year, and I was following along, and you had an incident. You couldn't even be at your own launch?
Yes.
So what happened?
We were at the Rockefeller Hotel at the hotel, and I was with my son. He was 2 years old at the time. He just started walking, and he pulled a chair and table, and it fell on his toe and broke his toe. It broke the bone.
And the launch went on without you.
Yes, I was at the Netcare hospital down the road. I could see my launch. I could see the lights in
my
the party
goodness.
as we were in surgery with him.
Listen, this is just part and parcel of your journey. It's just one of those things, but
One
you're
of the
successful.
testimonies.
One of the testimonies. It's
Yes.
you're still successful and you're still doing great, and congratulations on that. Personally, you've changed the game for me. After the first time we chatted, I told you about what I'm struggling with and whatever, and you sent me a package of things that I'm completely unfamiliar with because I personally feel like I'm uneducated in the world of hair. And you gave me a bonnet, which, by the way, I had never really seen before prior to this moment. I sleep with a bonnet now, girl, every single night. It's
I
really
must say your hair looks a lot thicker than the last time.
It is so much thicker. And
Really?
you gave me this little brushy thing. I use that. And thank you. Thank you so
I must
much.
send you Afrolecia hair care
You-
now.
but I use it, and I think this is my problem when it comes to things. I love things initially and then I forget to do it. Like, oh, I forget to sleep with the bonnet again. But I use my bonnet religiously. Let me tell you, if I'm sleeping out, the bonnet is in my sack. I'm not leaving without it. So thank you. No, thank you so much for that, really. Let's talk about Afrolecia hair care specifically and the brand in itself. If we're looking 5 years down the line, what do you envision? Where will it be?
Because I'm thinking of it as merch. I really do want to. This will stop at a time and it will just become something new. So this line will go up until, I would say, about a year. I'll give it a year and then I'll come up with something new. So I think of it as merch. So wherever my content goes, that's where my products would go.
When we look at that, when you look at your audience and the people that are interested in what you're doing, what is their favorite thing for you to do with your hair?
Styling. And this was a maintenance line I did, so I really think I do need to come out with the next one would be leaning more towards styling products.
Okay.
Like foams and hard hold gels and things like that.
For the edges.
Yes, definitely for the edges.
I have no idea how to do edges. I bought edge control, but I don't know how to do it.
I can't live without my edges.
For real. I don't even want to tell you what I'm currently using for edges because I think you'll murder me.
Don't say sunlight soap.
I'm using got to be glue.
That's not bad.
Is it not bad? Okay, I thought your mouth was going to drop open and you're going to jump over the table to choke me.
Better than sunlight.
People do that?
The sunlight soap, the block, yes.
Really? Does it work?
It actually does.
She couldn't even deny the fact.
But it dries out your edges in the long run.
Yeah.
So.
Let me tell you something. We in our family, everyone has little baby hairs in front because my auntie, she never had kids, but she was out, like, you know, everyone grew up in front of her. And she would let us take, you know, the nail brush? In the bathroom, the nail brush. She would have us, and she was in a wheelchair. She would let you stand in front of her wheelchair, and then she would brush out your baby's hair with the nail brush and water. I always think about that when I see people do their edges. I was like, that was the OG edges when she did that with us. Listen, Afrolecia, it's been fantastic chatting to you. Lastly, before I let you go, any message you would like to convey to your audience about self-love and self-acceptance? Because I think that is the root of it all when it comes to natural hair. Because this straightening of our hair, this chemically straightening our hair too, I feel lays in a point of being socially accepted.
Yes, I do think so. And I think, yes, be comfortable with yourself. That's what natural hair is. It's being comfortable. It's actually getting to know yourself and in the best version, taking care of what's actually authentic. And yeah, I promise you, you'll love it. If you look down the line, you'll love it. You'll look back and would have wanted to start it sooner.
She's slowly convincing me to do the big chop. Before we let you go, for those not following you on social media just yet, what are those handles?
I'm Afrolecia everywhere.
Afrolecia everywhere. TikTok, Instagram,
Facebook, YouTube,
she
LinkedIn.
Means LinkedIn, she means everywhere. Thank you so much, Goose. Thank you for popping by. We wish you well. We wish you business well. And of course, we're keeping an eye on you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Oh, oh no.